So let's do a quick review of LCD. LCD is the lowest common denominator. So quickly think about if you had to do something like this. 1/6 plus, say, 3/8. Okay? Now, hopefully, you're in pretty good mathematical shape enough to say, well, I can't just add these across the top. I can't just say, 4/14 because that's just crazy talk. So I want to find a common denominator. So maybe you are ready to say, okay, I've got 1/6 plus 3/8. Well, I can turn the bottoms of each of these into 24. In this case, 24 is my LCD. So 6 times 4 gets me to the 24. 8 times 3 gets me to the 24. So 1/6 plus 3/8 is 13/24. Fantastic, right? Well, the question is, though, where do I get this stupid 24 from? So this is how we do it. So I want to find my 24. I'm going to factor out each number here on the bottom. So factor out my 6, get 2 and 3. Factor out my 8, and get 2 and 4. This factors out even further to 2 and 2. Fantastic. All right. So now what I want to do is I want to take the greatest power of each term. So I can write 6 as 2 times 3, and I can write 8 as 2 cubed, right? 2, 2, 2. So I want to take the greatest power of each term. Hopefully you remember that 2 is 2 to the first. So I'm going to take, out of my 2's, the highest power is the 3. So I want to take this one. Out of the 3's, my highest power is a 1. So I'm going to take this one. So my LCD is going to be 3 times 2 cubed, or 3 times 8, which is 24. Well, that's one way to do it. Another way to do it, if you want to think about it this way, is I can rewrite my factors of 6. So 6 is 2 times 3. 8 is 2 times 2 times 2. And the idea is I'm going to line everything up. I line up my 2's. I didn't have any 3's, so there's nothing to line up there, and I had some extra 2's I had to throw off to the side. So what I can do, come back, is I can come over here and say, well, I've got a set of 2's, I got a 3, I got a 2, and I got a 2. So that means my LCD is 2 times 3 times 2 times 2, which is 6 times 4, which is 24. So that's another way to get the LCD. So we use LCDs all the time in adding fractions and stuff like that. So a great way to find LCDs is to factor stuff and line up the common factors and figure out what we want to keep. So we'll try another example. Let's just look at LCDs and not worry about fractions. So what's the LCD of 8 and 22? Now, I don't really like doing it the exponent way. I like doing it the line up numbers way because it's funner. So we're going to do it that way. So we're going to multiply 8. Not multiply 8. I'm going to factor 8. 2 and 4, 2 and 2. Now it's really, really important that you get this down to your prime factorization. And that's a whole other story. But all these need to be your prime factors. They're not divisible by anything but themselves in 1. So 22 breaks down into 2 and 11, and that's it. Yay! So this is only slightly more interesting. So 8 is going to be 2 times 2 times 2. 22 is going to be equal to 2 times 11, so one of these 2's lines up, and then the 11 is out on its own. So I draw my line, and I say, okay, so my LCD is going to have this 2, needs another 2, and another 2, and an 11. So my LCD is 2 times 2 times 2 times 11, 4 times 22, or 88. So my LCD is 88. And you can do this all over the place. Pick any two numbers and go nuts finding LCDs. So find LCD for, oh, I don't know. How about, ooh, I have an idea. Let's try 12 and 24. Okay, so 12 goes into anything you want. Doesn't matter what order you do it in. You'll get them all eventually. 12 and 2 and 6 and, I don't want to do it that way. We'll do it this way. We're going to go into, let's do 8 and 3 just to make it look different. 2 and 4, and then 2 and 2. So 12 is 2 times 2 times 3. 24 is 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. So if I make my little table, 12 is equal to 2 times 2 times 3. 24 is equal to 2. That one lines up. That one lines up. I have an extra 2. This little 2 right here is extra. And then 3. And in this case, everything lines up pretty much. That 2, this 2 lines up, that 3, and my 2. So in this case, my LCD is 2 times 2 times 3 times 2, 4 times 6, which is 24. So that's not too bad whenever you're doing this for numbers, but you can also do this for expressions that have variables in it and stuff like that. So that'll make it more fun.